Hello ladies and gentlemen and all the core gamers out there, CAJman777 here, bringing you episode 2 of Metroid Prime. Last time we completed the tutorial sequence, beat the ever-living crap out of the Parasite Queen. Beat the ever-living crap out of the Parasite Queen, I should say. This time, we're going to begin our exploration on Tallon IV. So without further ado, let's just get it started, and we're just gonna start her up. I really have nothing to say. Unfortunately, I should say, we did lose all of our upgrades. New enemy, first off, by the way. We have beetles here. They are just really, really easy beetles. You just shoot them a couple times. They kind of blow up and disappear. And they're gone. Just like that. Beetles. Just really simple enemy. They move side to side and then charge you. Very easy enemy to deal with. In the next area, we have what can only be described as exploding plants. Yes, new creatures. They are sap sacks. Just shoot them a couple times and then boom! Everything around them dies. And once again, we're going to get a lot of new enemies in this game very quickly. We have another new enemy here. This creature is known as a zoomer. I like to call them gamers. They're very adorable. They're not as adorable as the Etacoons, but they're pretty harmless and they do like no damage to you. Unless you touch them directly, like I just did. And then we have another new enemy down here. This is a gamer. It's just a spiked variation of the zoomer. It kind of just sits still when you shoot him, kind of just like this. The only way to kill him is actually just to use a missile. And we're gonna have two more beetles just popped up right under me. That was fun. Good stuff. Good job. We do have some health pickups there. I forgot to show these off. These are just our health pickups. It replenishes 10 units. This one. The other one replenishes 20 units. It's just a very simple thing. So we got a lot of zoomers in this area, and we're gonna get, we're gonna have a lot of pickups going through this first area of the game. But I am trying to get through it as quick as possible, as I do kind of want to get to the point where I was on my failed recordings. And by failed recordings, I mean the ones that didn't even pick up my audio at all, because I got past this entire area that we're going up to the Chozo Ruins, and then, well, I screwed up. Okay, I screwed up. I forgot to do a setting where my audio would pick up. So we're back, and I'm fixing that. So without further ado, we're gonna enter ourselves into the first room of the Chozo Ruins. As you can see, we have abnormal scan data. There is abnormal seismic disturbance at the ruin site. We do not have a map yet, but from the abnormal disturbance, you can see that we have the Hive Totem. I should mention, when we get the next map room, as will be coming up very soon, rooms you have not explored yet, unless they have a question mark in them, they will be blue and they will not have a name. So you will not know the name of the room until you get to that room. Let's just praise the graphics for one moment, as it was in the GameCube time, and enjoy our time in the Chozo Ruins, as we are going to be being here for probably the next 3 episodes. Unless, I make one episode 40 minutes, and then we'll be here in episode 4 like I did last time, but that's not gonna work. So we're gonna start ourselves by shooting off beetles, and you can tell we have a door here. Door cannot be opened with that weapon. New research entry. There is a blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosives may damage it. What does that mean? It just simply means missile. So, as we know, that is actually going to be our first upgrade. If you have not played Metroid Prime yet, the first upgrade you are going to pick up is your missile. And I should say, welcome back to the 100% run as well, as I have decided this is going to be an 100% run. Also, another new enemy here, we have scarabs. They're just tiny exploding parasites that do one little measly thing of damage. You can kind of just lock onto them all at once and then unload all your rounds into them. And right here, we have another new enemy, known as ions. Ions are immobile organisms, entirely composed of ocular tissue. They are completely invulnerable to your standard power beam. They can be destroyed with a charged shot. Unfortunately, we lost the charge beam as well in the first episode. Over here, we have our first instance of Chozo lore. There is many of these hidden throughout the game, and getting them gives you a little bit of a backstory on what's going on. New Chozo lore entry has been downloaded into your logbook. Chozo script translated. We Chozo are departing now. After so many years in peaceful seclusion here on Tallon IV, when we came, this place was a refuge for our spirits. A civilization built from native materials. Benefit of the trappings of our technology. Or, benefit? That's Burrifit. I think it's meant to say benefit of the trappings of our technology. I don't know. Benefit of the trappings of our technology. We were linked to the land here, kindred to the plants and animals, far away from the machines we had become so dependent on. And so, we leave it now, pristine, a testament to the mortal forms we no longer need. We have drawn the veils of time and space aside, and are now withdrawing beyond the illusion. But we will never forget this, the most powerful, sacred of our homes. The most powerful and sacred of our homes, and we will remain ever watchful. So at one time, the Chozo Ruins here. Just based on that log, we can tell. Save station detected. It's literally next to me. It's literally next to me. We can tell by one time the Chozo themselves decided to live on this planet. Unfortunately, we don't have a morph ball, and you know what this is. Also, you know what that is over there. Also, we have another new enemy in this room, which is going to be very hard to scan because they are so fast. We have War Wasps. War Wasps are just very fast, and they just charge at you. That's all they do. They're just really simple enemies to take out. We do have another type of block here. Sandstone is a very weak type of block in this game. It's a very easy block to take out. Unfortunately, we don't actually have the item to take it out with, as we did also lose our Morph Ball Bomb. So we are going to have to get that back as well. But there was a missile tank in that room. We are going to take a quick save, because this is technically the first time I've saved through the entire game. I didn't save once through the tutorial, which would have been a really bad decision if I didn't know how to destroy the Parasite Queen in seconds. But yeah. So moving on to where we're going to be going. We have just the scarabs you'll find in Chozo Ruins quite a bit. They're very easy for just item pickups. They're very useful for item pickups as well. Moving into this next room, you notice that we have War Wasps on the ceiling that are not going to leave us alone very easily. And we have a Morph Ball tunnel on this wall. We're going to try and load the room as fast as possible. And we have another new enemy. These things are plasmites. They're small insects capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Essentially, that means they are giant light bugs. You can blow them up. It will reduce the light level in the room. And this room is kind of pretty dark. And we have another new instance of energy here. This is a 20 energy unit. It's going to simply do what it says. Replenish 20 units of energy. I could draw them in with the charge beam, but unfortunately, we don't have the charge beam yet. We will be picking that up here in the Chozo Ruins. Well, as you can tell, we've made it to where the question mark is. It's just a very simple walkthrough. Very simple walk of the very first area. You could explore a little more, but until you have all the upgrades in Chozo Ruins, your exploration is very limited. So, you have a machine up here. And you have our missile launcher back below it. Which it actually doesn't let you to scan. It's just like, oh, the fiercest item can only be reached by using the elevated bridge. Well, we gotta go use the bridge, and then meet the Hive Mecha. The first, technically boss, I want to say mini-boss of the game. Hive Mecha, very simple. Just summons a bunch of War Wasps to attack you. Ram War Wasp. Very simple, very predatory. It just rams you. They do 8 damage apiece. That's all they do. And once you destroy that, the mecha opens up, and you just blast your missiles into it. Now, you can't... This goes for 3 rounds, and more times he gets more and more bugs. It's just a decently easy boss. He's not really that hard of a challenge. He's just a really easy one to kill. So, all you need to do is just keep the pressure on, do as many shots as you can. When you see the bugs stop, try and move side to side, as they don't really hit you very often if you are moving side to side. It's just a really overall easy boss. Chozo Ruins is like the beginning area of the game, excluding the tutorial level. Where are you going to stop? Where are you going to stop? There you are. And that's it. Hive Mecha down. Hive Mecha, Hive Totem, it doesn't matter what he's called. But all that matters is that we got our missile launcher back. Let's grab it. Get ready to hear that fanfare sound a lot, because in the very next room, now that we have our missiles back, boom, we can destroy this door, first off. Then, in the very next room, we have our first energy tank. Now, our energy can be carried by 100. Now, we can't go into that tunnel yet, as it is a morph ball tunnel. And we're too big, and we can't turn back into our ball. So the only option we're left with is to actually go back and see what we can do with the missile we have currently collected. You saw that missile door when we first entered the Chozo Ruins, and yes, by the way, the water is toxic here, for now at least. I will explain more of that later. But basically, it's just a very easy tutorial. Chozo Ruins kind of just drags you through everything of where it's going to go. But the simple part is that it gives you a missile launcher first, so you know you've already seen another missile door on your way forward already, on your way to get to where the Hive Totem was. So what we're going... Oh, I should mention missiles destroy the nests of the these war wasps, which are really, really annoying enemies. Over here is going to be our map room. Not our save station, but our map room once it decides to load up. There it is. I'm going to scan that. We got our map station. And now we can see the map of the area. You have downloaded the map of this area. As you can tell, it's very large. I'm going to zoom out just to show you. This is a very large area. This, obviously, you know, big room means big boss. Simple. There is a lot of other things in this area we can do, but the next path we're actually going to go down is actually this one down here on the back side where that one missile door came from. So we're going to be heading into this area next. For whatever reason, the door stayed shut when I opened it, so I can't complain about that. There are going to be some scarabs here. Which are really nice and just kind of easy to take out. So we'll move on through there. And we're back here. Now, we do have missiles, but unfortunately, we can't get the one item they need. Look at all the war wasps in here. I don't appreciate these things at all. They are everywhere in this game, and I really need my missiles back, but I can't reach any. Should have waited for them to get lower, or closer to me at least. So the next upgrade we're going to end up going to get is going to be our Morph Ball. It's just a really easy upgrade. Morph Ball bombs will come soon after that. That does only 8 damage. I'm not really too concerned about as much damage as I'm taking right now either. So, ow, the scarabs. Remember how I said the scarabs could do a lot of damage if you... Oh, I never said that. Well, scarabs they're poisonous bugs. They do a lot of damage if you step on a ton of them at once. Which is why I almost lost my entire energy tank doing that. Grab my energy back, and we're gonna go back to this missile door. And we're about to be greeted by about 20 beetles. Pretty easy to take out, really. They're not much of a challenge. I'm out of missiles now. That's great. That's something I didn't want to hear or see. For obvious reasons, because I kind of need missiles and they're very important to my survival on this planet. And now we have a morph ball tunnel. But simply put, right there. There's the morph ball. Right there. But, this is also important. Multiple microscopic sandstone. Sandstone, if you don't know, can be blown up in this game by morph ball bombs. Fortunately, we don't have those yet because we don't have the morph ball. But there's the morph ball. But no bombs. But it's never that easy, is it? Not in a Metroid game. Welcome to a mini-boss. I like to call it the Beetle Dance, because that's all it is. It's just dancing beetles. And there are a lot of them. You need to kill them all. Charge Beam would make this thing a lot easier, but we don't have it. You can see that you do have to kill them all. There is, I believe, 10 of them in the room with you. But now, a new enemy! Meet the Plated Beetle. Just kind of a giant beetle with a giant face that has a giant spike on it. Or multiple giant spikes at that. He has a really simple pattern. You just let him walk up to you. He'll do his little fancy dance. And then he telegraphs a charge. Very easy to kill. Dance for me. Do it. And you just move to the side. This is literally the easiest mini-boss you're ever going to meet. But that's because Chozo Ruins is the tutorial area. Aside from the actual tutorial area being the frigate Orpheon. It's very easy to take out. Every one of your power beam shots does 2 damage in this game. Because they like their even numbers. Every charge beam shot does 2 damage. But there it is. Plated Beetle down, and we're going to get back our Morph Ball immediately. And we're only about 17 minutes into this episode. Oh, we are far from done, my friend. So now we have our Morph Ball. Well, what can we do with the Morph Ball? Well, for one, we saw that one tunnel. However, there was another tunnel that we could go into. We saw this tunnel here, and we know there's a tunnel over here. Unfortunately, we can't blow that one up yet. However, if we head back to the Hive Totem, we know there was something behind there. However, we don't actually even have to go back to the Hive Totem yet if you don't want to. Of course, we're about to be attacked by 20 beetles again because that's a thing, and there's a ton of them. But we have Morph Ball now. You may notice, though, this structure looks kind of interesting. Why would there be what's considered a half pipe here? Well, unlike other Metroid games, the Metroid Prime trilogy does something very specific with these half pipes, where you need a new item in the game to actually get it. It's kind of like the speed ball. It's kind of like the speed ball or mock ball in speedrunning terms, but in the same reasoning, it's also like a shine ball, a shine spark ball. But what we can do is we can actually head up this way now that we have the item we need. Now that we have our Morph Ball Bomb. And what we're going to do is we're going to destroy these War Wasps because no one likes them. I don't like them. They're jerks. See? They're jerks. They just push me off the edge. They're all jerks. I hate them. Alright, let's get our way back up here before they decide to push us off the edge again. I hear their annoying buzzing. They sound like bees, and I hate bees. Like, legitimately, I hate bees. And now we got a bunch more scarabs. Missiles. No. Okay, energy. I'll take it. Good news about this. Now that we have Morph Ball back, we can kind of just roll through this tunnel without the scarabs even touching us, which is really useful. And we can enter this next room. Now, this next room has a bunch of light bugs in it. And it also has a piece of Chozo lore on the back wall, which I will now scan and read. Chozo's script has been translated. As we struggle with the great poison, something stirs at the edges of our vision. It is the hatchling, Samus. We feel her. Across the void as she hunts the corrupted. Will our fates again be one? As our pride shatters, will prophecy become real? When all strength wanes from the Chozo, will it be the hatchling who fulfills our legacy? True sight eludes us, for the poison gnaws at all vision, leaving seers blind and filled with despair. Truth's blessing may come too late. So, the great poison these Chozo are referring to are the poison water. Something happened here, or some creature decided to appear, that creates all this poison water. Now, as you can tell, no structural weakness detected in metalwork. Behind that, there's something very specific. Looks like another missile tank. Yes, but what is behind that missile tank? Something very interesting. That we will get to later in the game. It is a magnetic rail system. That is another new item that has been introduced into the Prime trilogy. That item is known as the Spider Ball. The Spider Ball, unlike other items in the game, allows you to morph ball and attach. And right here we have another new enemy, simply known as Shriek Bats. These things are really annoying. They drop from the ceiling and then charge your booty. You don't want them charging your booty. So in here, we need a very specific item for in here. However, there are 4 rune symbols in this room. 4 very specific rune symbols that we can use. And we will, eventually. But right now, we could go back to Hive Totem. But I'd like to get an item before we even go back to Hive Totem to do what we need to do here. The reason being is our next objective is over in this corner. Over in this corner is another mini-boss that we are going to have to fight. In order to get to this mini-boss, though, not only do we need to kill all these tentacles, but we need to get over to this door over here. Save station has been detected, and that is going to be the save station we are actually going to end the episode on right there, only 2 rooms away. Oh, I should probably scan those guys. These guys, new enemy right here. They are simply known as Reaper Vines. They're powerful rock-dwelling tentacles. Literally, they just stick in the ground and then swing at you. Simple, easy to take out. They take 2 shots and they disappear. This next room, it's a beautiful room. This room I come back to all the time. This room's got some nice items in it, but it also has some Shriek Bats over here in this corner, which we will not experience yet. Instead, we are going to actually save up the game, and we are going to call it an episode here. So I want to thank everybody for watching episode 2 of Metroid Prime. And until then, actually, I should probably say, before I say signing off, I should say, next episode, we're going to get our Morph Ball Bomb, we're going to collect some items, and then, by the 4th episode, we're going to go after the big boss, Flagra. Now, I don't want to spoil who Flagra is. I'm just going to say the name of it. You guys don't even have to look it up. Don't even look it up if you haven't watched the series. I'm telling you right now, no, put the mouse down. Put the mouse down. Get it off your internet icon right now. I'm watching. Okay? But until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.